Before you notice your memory slipping or your eyesight dimming, something far more critical begins its quiet decline. Your legs. Long before that first prescription bottle appears on your nightstand, your body starts sending you subtle warnings through the very foundation that carries you through life. Most people don't realize this, but leg weakness isn't just about getting older. It's actually the first true biological alarm bell that your entire body is losing its resilience. The muscles in your legs represent the largest muscle group in your entire body, your quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and calves working together as the powerhouse of movement, balance, and circulation. When they begin to weaken, it sets off a cascade of problems that goes far beyond simply having trouble standing up or climbing stairs. This muscle loss, known medically as sarcopenia, can begin as early as your 30s and 40s, accelerating with each passing decade. By the time you reach your 60s or 70s, you may have already lost up to 30 or even 40% of your muscle mass. And most of that loss happens in your legs first. But here's what's truly remarkable about this condition. Unlike gray hair or wrinkles, sarcopenia is completely reversible, but only if you take action with the right approach. Your legs are metabolically active powerhouses. They burn more calories, regulate more hormones, and support more blood flow than almost any other region of your body. They're also intimately connected to your nervous system, which means when your leg strength diminishes, so does your mobility, your confidence, and eventually your independence. This is precisely why hospitals and medical centers use gait speed and leg strength as predictors of life expectancy. The weaker and slower your legs become, the more vulnerable your entire body becomes to disease and decline. But this is where the story takes a powerful turn for the better. Leg strength doesn't just depend on exercise alone. It depends fundamentally on what you feed your muscles, your joints, your blood vessels, and your nervous system. Just as inactivity causes them to fade away, proper nourishment can bring them roaring back to life. The right foods can repair microscopic tears in muscle fibers, rebuild collagen in your joints, and even reactivate blood flow in areas where circulation has been compromised for years. You don't need expensive powders, painful injections, or costly gym memberships to accomplish this transformation. What you need is targeted, scientifically backed nutrition that reaches your body exactly where it needs it most. Food isn't passive fuel. It's a biological messenger system. The moment nutrients enter your bloodstream, they begin sending powerful signals to reduce inflammation, build new tissue, regulate your hormones, and protect the cellular powerhouses called mitochondria that energize every step you take. When you provide your body with the right foods at the right time, something extraordinary happens. Your body doesn't just maintain your existing leg strength, it multiplies it, rebuilding and reinforcing the very systems that keep you mobile and independent. Your legs aren't failing you because of some inevitable aging process. They're simply waiting to be properly nourished. The problem isn't that you're getting older. The problem is undernourishment and a fundamental misunderstanding of what your body actually needs to thrive. Today we're going to explore 5 specific foods, each one scientifically proven to support leg strength, reduce harmful inflammation, and promote the precise hormonal signals that preserve muscle mass and protect your independence. These aren't trendy superfoods or marketing gimmicks. These are what I call survival foods, because the truth is this simple and profound. The quality of your legs directly determines the quality of your life. Why do your legs weaken before everything else? The answer lies in how your body prioritizes its resources and how modern lifestyle patterns deprive your lower body of the signals it desperately needs to remain strong and functional. The muscles in your legs require constant activation to stay healthy. They thrive on resistance, blood flow, and consistent nutrient delivery. But in today's predominantly sedentary world, we spend hours sitting at desks, lounging on couches, and riding in cars. The biological signal that once told your body to build and preserve leg muscle gets replaced with silence, and your body responds exactly as you'd expect. It begins systematically breaking down muscle fibers it no longer believes you need. Blood vessels begin to constrict, nerve connections start to fade, and the cellular powerhouses called mitochondria slow their energy production. This isn't natural aging, it's biological adaptation to prolonged inactivity. But there's another layer that makes this problem even more complex and urgent. As you age, your body's production of key hormones like testosterone, estrogen, and growth hormone begins to decline. These aren't just hormones related to energy or mood, they directly control how effectively your body builds and repairs muscle tissue. At the same time, cortisol, your primary stress hormone, begins rising more easily and staying elevated for longer periods. Chronic cortisol elevation suppresses muscle protein synthesis and actively promotes fat accumulation in place of lean muscle tissue. And where does this show up first and most noticeably? Your legs. There's yet another critical factor at play. As circulation decreases to your lower extremities, oxygen and vital nutrients can no longer reach your leg muscles efficiently. This leads to a condition that researchers call chronic ischemia, essentially the starvation of muscle cells. It's why so many people over 60 begin complaining about heavy legs, slower walking speeds, and a growing fear of stairs and inclines. But here's the encouraging truth that changes everything. Muscle tissue is one of the most metabolically adaptable tissues in the human body. You absolutely can rebuild it, restore proper blood flow, and reverse sarcopenia naturally. And it all starts with the foods you choose to put on your plate. When you nourish your body with nutrient-dense, anti-inflammatory, circulation-boosting foods, the results are nothing short of remarkable. You reduce oxidative stress in your leg muscles, rebuild the protein chains necessary for strong contractions and stability, enhance nerve signaling that improves coordination and balance, and reignite mitochondrial energy production that powers every single step you take. The first food that can transform your leg strength is one that grows deep in rich soil, vibrant in color, and even more vibrant in healing power. If your legs feel heavy, cold, tired, or sluggish, this might be exactly what your body has been quietly pleading for. Beets are among the most scientifically studied natural vasodilators in the entire plant kingdom. They're incredibly rich in dietary nitrates, special compounds that convert into nitric oxide once they're inside your body. Nitric oxide acts as a biological messenger molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax and open wide. When this happens, blood flow increases dramatically, and when blood flow increases to your legs, they literally wake up. Poor circulation represents one of the most overlooked destroyers of leg strength. Without sufficient oxygen-rich blood reaching your lower extremities, muscles fatigue much faster, nerve signals grow weak, and joints become stiff and painful. This is why so many people describe their legs as feeling sluggish or numb without receiving any clear medical diagnosis. The blood vessels are constricted, creating a bottleneck in the supply chain that feeds your legs. Beets work by increasing nitric oxide production, which restores that critical blood flow. But the benefits go much deeper than simple circulation improvement. Better blood flow means superior delivery of oxygen, amino acids, glucose, and essential micronutrients directly to your leg muscles. This translates into faster recovery after walking, significantly less soreness after climbing stairs, and dramatically more stamina when you need to stand for extended periods. Clinical trials have demonstrated that beetroot juice improves walking distance in patients with peripheral artery disease, a serious condition where clogged vessels literally starve the legs of blood. In healthy older adults, beets have been shown to improve gait speed, balance, and even mitochondrial efficiency at the cellular level. Beets help restore the cellular machinery that powers your legs by enhancing ATP production, the molecule your muscles burn for immediate energy. With more ATP available, each step becomes noticeably easier and each movement feels more fluid and natural. Beets also provide powerful anti-inflammatory benefits. Their deep red pigment comes from compounds called betalains, which are natural antioxidants that reduce oxidative stress in both muscles and joints. If your legs ache when it's cold outside, swell after standing for long periods, or tighten up without any obvious reason, these are clear signs of inflammatory stagnation, and beets help clear that biological traffic jam. The second food that can rapidly restore your leg strength comes from the sea and packs an extraordinary anti-inflammatory punch. In the silent war against aging, few things work as quickly and thoroughly as chronic inflammation. It systematically eats away at muscle fibers, stiffens joints, weakens circulation, and disrupts hormone balance. And where does it typically strike first and hardest? Your legs. Sardines and their larger cousins like wild-caught salmon represent some of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods known to nutritional science. These small but mighty fish are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA, which are essential fats that your body cannot produce on its own. These molecules do far more than just lubricate joints or support heart health. They actively enter your cells and literally turn off inflammatory genes, sending a clear signal to your immune system to stand down, repair, and rebuild. Inflammation in the legs often hides behind seemingly common symptoms like aching knees, restless calves, sore thighs, or even a burning sensation after normal walking. These symptoms might get labeled as arthritis, overuse, or simply the inevitable result of getting older. But the true issue runs much deeper. Inflammatory chemical messengers begin accumulating in your tissues, restricting mobility and disrupting the mitochondrial energy production that powers movement. Omega-3 fatty acids from sardines help clear these harmful chemical messengers, allowing muscles and joints to return to their natural state of fluid, pain-free function. Sardines are also an exceptional source of vitamin D, a hormone-like nutrient that's absolutely essential for calcium absorption, optimal muscle function, and maintaining bone density. Most people over 50 are chronically deficient in vitamin D, which weakens not just bones, but leg power itself. Without adequate vitamin D, your muscles simply cannot contract efficiently, leading to instability, trembling, and increased fall risk. Then there's the complete protein profile. Every movement, every step, every squat begins with muscle fibers, and muscle fibers are built from amino acids. Sardines provide all 9 essential amino acids needed to rebuild and repair muscle tissue. But unlike red meat, they accomplish this without promoting excess acidity or inflammation in your system. The third food that can dramatically boost your leg strength is so small and unassuming that most people sweep it off their plate without a second thought. But don't let size deceive you, because pumpkin seeds are among the most magnesium-rich foods on earth. And magnesium serves as the silent conductor of muscular strength, nerve health, and cellular energy production. Your legs require more magnesium than almost any other part of your body because they're in constant motion, holding up your entire body weight, adjusting your posture continuously, and firing the largest muscle groups with every step. Each muscle contraction, every balance correction, and all coordination relies on magnesium to properly regulate calcium and potassium within your muscle cells. Magnesium is literally the mineral of motion, and when you're deficient, your legs will definitely let you know. Just one small handful of pumpkin seeds provides nearly 40% of your daily magnesium requirement, delivered in a form your body can actually absorb and use effectively. But this goes far beyond just preventing those painful nighttime leg cramps. Magnesium helps relax blood vessels, improving circulation to your extremities. It naturally lowers blood pressure, supports healthy glucose metabolism, and enhances insulin sensitivity, all key factors in preserving leg endurance and strength. Magnesium also plays a critical role in modulating your stress response. High cortisol levels, which come from chronic stress, drain magnesium stores rapidly. When you're under ongoing stress or sleeping poorly, your body begins leaking this precious mineral like a punctured vessel. The result is waking up with tightness in your hamstrings, stiffness in your ankles, and an unexplained heaviness in your thighs that no amount of stretching seems to help. The fourth food that can rapidly rebuild your leg strength addresses one of the most overlooked causes of muscle weakness in aging adults. For anyone who experiences leg fatigue during the day or whose muscles feel weak after minor physical exertion, this often isn't just a symptom of getting older. It's frequently a sign of iron deficiency or broader nutrient depletion, and lentils address this problem directly at its root. Lentils represent a plant-based powerhouse, packed with complex carbohydrates, bioavailable iron, zinc, and complete protein. They provide the fundamental building materials your muscles need to function optimally and repair efficiently. Iron serves as a critical component of hemoglobin, the protein in your red blood cells that carries life-giving oxygen from your lungs to your tissues. When iron levels drop, oxygen delivery suffers significantly, And because your legs are the furthest point from your heart, they're often the first body parts to feel this deficiency. That sensation of heavy thighs, chronically cold feet, and becoming breathless after minimal activity aren't just circulatory issues. They're nutritional warning signals that your body is crying out for help. Lentils, especially when paired with vitamin C-rich foods that enhance absorption, offer a plant-based form of iron that supports proper oxygenation and eliminates that leaden leg sensation that so many people over 50 begin to experience. 1 cup of cooked lentils provides roughly 18 grams of high-quality plant-based protein, which is more than sufficient to support post-exercise recovery or to rebuild weakened muscle fibers throughout the day. Unlike animal protein sources, lentils deliver this protein along with both soluble and insoluble fiber, which supports healthy digestion, improves blood sugar control, and feeds the beneficial gut bacteria that play a hidden but powerful role in muscle metabolism and inflammation control. The fifth and final food that can transform your leg strength addresses a critical but often overlooked aspect of muscle health. If your joints feel stiff when you wake up in the morning, if your legs feel dry, heavy, or tight throughout the day, or if your energy seems to disappear without warning, there may be something missing from your diet that your body can no longer produce efficiently on its own. That missing element is healthy fat balance, and one of nature's most potent sources comes from the creamy green flesh of the avocado. Avocados aren't just trendy, they're profoundly medicinal for aging muscles and joints. They're loaded with monounsaturated fats, the precise type that lubricates your joints, protects your nerve cells, and helps manufacture the very hormones that keep your legs strong and well coordinated. After age 50, your body's natural production of key hormones like estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone begins to slow significantly. The enzymes that convert cholesterol into these vital hormones rely heavily on having adequate healthy fats available, specifically the kind found abundantly in avocados. When you consistently feed your body these healthy fats, you're not just providing fuel for energy. You're giving your body the raw materials it needs to manufacture steroid hormones, which directly affect muscle preservation, bone density, joint lubrication, and emotional stability. All of these factors show up directly in the strength and function of your legs. Avocados are also exceptionally rich in potassium, containing even more than bananas, and potassium is absolutely essential for proper muscle contractions, cellular hydration, and nerve communication. Low potassium levels often manifest as leg cramps, muscle twitches, or unexplained fatigue after normal walking. This is especially common in older adults, and avocados restore potassium naturally and gently. The antioxidants in avocados, including lutein and zeaxanthin, don't just protect your eyes from age-related damage. They also reduce oxidative stress in the blood vessels that feed your legs, resulting in better circulation, lower inflammation levels, and more efficient delivery of oxygen and nutrients exactly where they're needed most. Each of these 5 foods works through different biological pathways to restore, strengthen, and protect your legs. Beets open up your blood vessels and restore circulation to starved muscles. Sardines provide powerful anti-inflammatory fats that calm joint pain and support hormone production. Pumpkin seeds replenish critical magnesium stores that prevent cramps and support nerve function. Lentils rebuild your blood's oxygen-carrying capacity while providing clean, sustainable protein for muscle repair. Avocados supply the healthy fats needed for hormone production and joint lubrication. You don't need to memorize complicated meal plans or count every single gram of nutrients. What you need is to eat with clear intention. Eat to restore strength, not just to fill your stomach. Eat to enhance mobility, not just to satisfy hunger. Eat as if your independence depends on it, because it absolutely does. This isn't about following another restrictive diet plan. This is about aligning what you eat with what your body truly needs to thrive: muscle preservation, oxygen delivery, proper circulation, and deep recovery. Not just once in a while when you remember, but every day, quietly, consistently, and deliberately. Every single bite you take is either contributing to your strength or quietly stealing it away. Every meal represents a choice to rebuild the very tissues that support your next step, your next climb, your next confident stride forward. As you age, it becomes less about the volume of food you eat and more about the precision and quality of your nutritional choices. Mobility isn't just about movement. Mobility is freedom. The freedom to walk without fear, to rise from chairs without assistance, to live with dignity and independence. And that freedom begins with the conscious choices you make at every meal. Your body listens carefully to every signal you send it. It responds faithfully to the nutrients you provide. It rebuilds consistently when given the right tools and materials. Food represents the most powerful tool you will ever have to influence your health, your strength, and your future. So choose to eat not merely to survive, but to actively strengthen every system in your body. Eat not to stay exactly the same, but to evolve and improve with each passing year. Eat not as a reaction to existing weakness, but as a bold declaration of your commitment to resilience and vitality. Your legs aren't simply limbs that carry you from place to place. They are lifelines that connect you to your independence, your confidence, and your future possibilities. When you nourish them properly with these 5 powerful foods, you're not just feeding muscles and joints. You're investing in every step you'll take, every adventure you'll pursue, and every moment of freedom you'll enjoy in the years ahead. The time to act is right now. Make food your strongest ally in the fight against aging and weakness. Move with clear purpose, eat with scientific precision, and reclaim the strength that has always been yours to command. This is exactly how you rise above the limitations that others accept as inevitable. One meal at a time, one choice at a time, one powerful step at a time.